Fifth Fight Commentary number 31. We got some Gears of War up in this motherfucker. Now, I'm not quite sure if this is the Gears of War 3 beta. I'm going to assume it is, because I know a lot of people that I'm subscribed to, they've been posting up Gears of War 3 beta footage and all that other shit. You know, giving their opinions and tips and all that shit. But I don't know anything about Gears of War. So for all I know, this could be Gears of War 1, could be Gears of War 2. I don't know. I don't give a shit. So we're just going to call this shit Gears of War 3 just because I don't know any fucking better. But anyway, we got some gameplay from one of my subscribers, Rayne. You guys may remember him. He did the third-person team tactical on Modern Warfare 2. So obviously, Rayne likes third-person shooters, and we all know I can't stand third-person shooters. I can't stand these shits with a fucking passion, man. I hate third-person shooters, man. But anyway, that's okay, because obviously Rayne's gonna show us some. What the fuck was that? That shit was like a bullet through the floor. What the fuck? You know what that reminds me of? You remember that movie with Kevin Bacon back in like the 90s? What the fuck was the name of that shit, man? Oh man, what was the name of that? This shit's gonna kill me. It was like those big fucking worms in the floor. Tremors! Tremors, that was the name of it. Remember that shit with Kevin Bacon? It was like these big fucking worms in the floor. They would burrow through a motherfucker and then just pop out of the floor and eat your ass. Obviously nothing popped out of the floor and ate his ass, but that shit just reminded me of that movie Tremors. But anyway, as people know, I'm a PlayStation 3 player. I don't have an Xbox. I never played on Xbox, so I never played Gears of War. Never played it. Have no idea how to play this motherfucker. However, I do know a little bit about the campaign, do know a little bit about the story and that, but not like Just Cause, you know, because fucking Vid first sent me that weird shit, man. I never even heard of that fucking game. At least with Gears of War, I understand some shit about this game. So I can talk about a little bit about like campaign stuff, storyline, and all that other shit. But in terms of multiplayer, I have no fucking idea how to play this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So everything that I'm going to be talking about is based on the little bit that I'm going to be watching and the little bit of knowledge that I have with Gears of War. Now, I will say this. If Gears of War was on the PlayStation 3, if it wasn't just an Xbox exclusive, I would probably play it just for the campaign. I damn sure know I wouldn't play this motherfucker online. I know that for a fact. I mean, I might play it once or twice, but after that shit, hell no, I would not play this fucking game. For nothing. Wouldn't play this for shit. And it has nothing to do with, you know, being Xbox, PS3. I don't give a shit. You know, I don't follow any of that shit. I have my one console. I'm happy with it. I know it's got problems. I know Xbox got problems. They both got fucking problems. Neither one is perfect. I just happen to play PlayStation 3. Whatever. Anyway, I know with this game, everybody loves the gore in this motherfucker. And that's one thing, man. Gears of War has like such a rabid fan base. If it's one thing if I played the game and I could rank on this shit and make fun of this fucking game, but man, there's some people when they hear that I'm just a PlayStation player and if I make fun of this, they be like, man, fuck you. This is the best goddamn game ever. What are you getting? It's like, man, shut the fuck up, man. Seriously, just shut your stupid ass up. But anyway, so like I said, all the things that I'm going to be talking about in this video is based on my limited knowledge of Gears of War. How about that, right? I'm not a fucking expert in Gears of War. I don't know much about this motherfucker. So what I do know is I do know about third-person shooters. I do know a little bit about the goddamn campaign and whatnot. But anyway, let's get into this motherfucker. What the hell? Over? Oh, no, it's not over. What the fuck? Okay, so that was round one. I'm about to say, man, because I looked at the bottom. I said, okay, I have a long time to talk in this motherfucker. Which, by the way, can you people stop sending me 30 fucking minute videos? I mean, if I don't know the fucking game, it's going to be a lot harder for me to talk about these goddamn shits. But you guys sending me these long-ass fucking videos. Jesus Christ, man. I was going to say, if you sent me a 3-minute video and the game was over, I didn't even get to talk about this motherfucker. That'd be pretty fucking funny. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, third-person shooters are not for me. Look at this hit detection. And you know, that's one of the things that I know a lot of people complain about with Gears of War lately, is that the first two games were peer-to-peer hosting, similar to Call of Duty. You know, basically find the best host and they're going to have the advantage over everybody in the fucking room. You got your ass kicked there. But in Gears of War 3, I assume they're going to be rolling out a dedicated server. I see a lot of people complaining that it's not dedicated yet, that it's still having fucking problems. And you know what? At this point, at this day and age, by now, if you're going to do an online shooter and you want it to compete with Call of Duty, you have to have a dedicated server at this point. You know, that's the one thing that's going to be bringing Call of Duty down besides the repetitiveness of that shit of coming out every fucking year. But the fact is that they don't have a dedicated server is always going to hurt Call of Duty. Now, I will say, this shit is fucking giving me a headache, man. I mean, first, when you run, this shit shakes like a coconut on a tree. You see that shit, man? I mean, think about it. If, like, Michael J. Fox was watching this shit with Parkinson's disease, he'd be all fucked up right now. Oh, man, I'm going to hell for that one. Oh, shit. You know what? I'm already going to hell. I know that. So I'm just trying to get there, you know, without waiting in line. Fuck it. One-way ticket. Let's just talk about this shit. But obviously, with third-person shooters, they're very slow to me. And I played third-person shooters on PlayStation 3. I played Uncharted. I've been trying to play SOCOM. Obviously, you know, PlayStation Network down was so long and shit like that. But I haven't really played third-person shooters because of the whole fact of this shit. You can hide behind a wall and see what's on the other side. That doesn't do it for me. I hate that shit. I hate the fucking cover system. I mean, it's just part of a third-person shooter. You just have to adjust to that shit. but I can't stand it. That shit. Look at these shits. I know that's what the kiddies love. They love all that gory chainsaw shit like that, man. And I think that's why it's so popular. It's just because of the gore of this motherfucker. But anyway, you know, with third-person shooters, shit like that drives me absolutely nuts. At least here, it has like a little bit of a sprint. Unlike Uncharted. Uncharted, you run at one fucking speed. You can't move. I mean, there's no sprint in Uncharted. It drives you fucking insane. And then in SOCOM, it just feels like you're walking in cement anyways. I will say that Gears of War being a third-person shooter, it is faster than some of the other third-person shooters that are out there on this market. But man, this shit still looks slow as shit, and you can still see around walls in this motherfucker. You see a lot of diving, a lot of shotgunning and all that other shit. There's a lot of action in this motherfucker. Compared to Uncharted, the shit was just slow as fuck, man. Oh man, don't even get me started on SOCOM, man. I know a lot of people want to say, oh, it's tactical. You have to use tactics to survive and be good at that game. Man, get the fuck out of here. When tactics include hiding your ass behind a wall all fucking game long, there ain't nothing goddamn tactical about that motherfucker. But you know what? I'll rant more about that shit when Sony gets their goddamn shit together and PSN is back up and whatnot. But anyways, like I was saying before, even if this game was on PlayStation 3, I know I would never play this motherfucker online, mainly because obviously being the third-person shooter. But on top of being a third-person shooter, I don't like alien shooters. I can't stand them. Now, don't get me wrong. I love alien campaign shooters. I love Resistance. I love Crisis 2. Killzone, just fucking all kinds of terror. Killzone's very overrated. I'm sorry, man. People will say about that shit. Killzone, the campaign was terrible. There was no story. Online, just completely all fucked up. But being an alien shooter, it has alien shit. And what I mean by that is it has, like, you know, invincibility. What the fuck? You blew yourself up with a guy with a grenade, your own grenade. You know, shit like invisibility, shit like seeing around walls and all this other weird, you know, they have to make it different than just a military shooter. They have to add something that actually makes it feel like it's alien, you know what I mean? So they add all this weird shit that you could do in these goddamn games. It doesn't appeal to me. I can't stand that shit, man. It was like Killzone and Crisis, they both have invisibility. I hate that shit. Can't stand that shit with a passion. And Resistance, they had like this version of Juggernaut. Oh man, that shit pissed me off. I could not stand that weird Juggernaut shit that they had in there. Couldn't explain what it was. It was some like Iron Heart or whatever. I don't know. Couldn't stand it. I'm not an alien player. I don't like that shit. But in this motherfucker, man, obviously this is all aliens and shit like that. But the final reason why I really don't like Gears of War, and I just noticed this, you're not playing right now. Are you dead? You got a whole bunch of these motherfuckers right here. Nice. Wow, this guy does not notice. This is terrible. Look at this guy. He doesn't notice there's somebody behind him chasing his ass. Man, that dude is terrible. That'd probably be like what I play like. I only know I'd be terrible. But fuck, see, I'm running out of goddamn voice, man. I'm fucking talking so goddamn long. But like I was saying, the one thing, the main thing that will keep me away from Gears, and I know people are gonna go crazy over this, it's cartoonish. And I know it. I know I'm gonna see the flames after saying that shit, but I'll be honest with you. The graphics are great. We know that. The graphics are absolutely incredible in this game. But it looks cartoonish. That's the bottom line. It looks like fucking comic book heroes. That's what they look like. I mean, just look at the main character. The main character is Marcus Phoenix, whatever the fuck his name is. Doesn't he look like Jose Canseco on steroids? I mean, it looks like Jose Canseco's steroids are on steroids. You know what I mean? It's that fucking bad. I mean, that's not human looking. He does not look like a fucking human. It looks like a cartoon. Now, I know this is so... Oh, look, you got your ass kicked. So I assume you guys lost that round? Yeah, you guys lost that round. But I can't get over how cartoonish it looks. The human beings are not even humans. They're like fucking mutants in this goddamn game. They look like some shit straight out of like Marvel comic books and whatnot. I can't get into that. To me, that's just, it's almost childish. In a way, it's almost like, damn, how could you not come up with a better fucking human being than that? I mean, is that the best you could do? Now, granted, I'm sure it's like on another planet and all this other alien shit, but you know what? It's cartoonish to me. I like realistic shooters. Like I said, alien shooters don't do it for me unless it has a great storyline. Like Killzone. I'm not going to play I don't know if I'll ever buy another Killzone game, man. Those shits are so fucking overrated. Probably never going back to that motherfucker. But I like realistic shooters. This game doesn't look anything realistic. Graphics are great. The graphics are incredible. But in terms of realism, hell no, this shit ain't realistic. Look at this guy, man, just sitting in the goddamn corner. But like I said, man, that's just one of the things that I'll never play in this motherfucker. I know people are gonna flame it. They're like, no, it's not. It's a great game. Oh, man, shut the fuck up. I'm telling you for my opinion. I'm telling you exactly what I feel like this motherfucker. I would not play this game based on this cartoonish looking graphics. That's it. That's the bottom line. The graphics are incredible, but it looks cartoonish. You know, I know people, they love the gore in this game, and that shit, I don't get it. You know, blood and guts and ripping out spines. I saw all that shit with Mortal Kombat. You know, that shit's been done before. It's all been done before. There's no reason to actually say, oh yeah, that's what makes a game great. No, it doesn't make a game great. What makes a game great is how it plays. If it has a storyline. If this game, it has a decent storyline, I assume. You know, they got like these locust motherfuckers that are, what the hell? There's like an orgy up in this motherfucker. But anyway, they got like, you know, locusts climbing out of the floor trying to kill humans and all that other shit. Yeah, you know, I understand that. I understand that they got, you know, that's just a basic cliche storyline that almost every game has. You know, Killzone has a stupid ass story like that. Resistance has virtually the same fucking story. You know, aliens trying to take over humans. They all have that stupid shit, man. But the gore in this game goes way beyond anything. You know, with the chainsaws and all that shit. And, you know, that's what they appeal to. They like appealing to that shit. For me, I don't need it. I need a good story. I don't need gore. I mean, like a good example is God of War, another GOW series. God of War is all about the fucking gore in that goddamn game. I mean, it's just straight gory. Just rip the guy's guts out, slice them open. To me, unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. The story with God of War didn't need all that shit. Same with Gears of War. If your story can't survive without the gore, your story is terrible to begin with. You know what I mean? That's just the bottom line. So that's my thing about Gears of War. I know people say that I'm all wrong about that shit. You know, I don't give a flying fuck. Anyway, getting back into this action, I assume this is sort of a search and destroy type shit where you guys have to stay alive and kill the other team and whatnot. You see this dude right there? Shoot them, man! What the fuck? What are you waiting for? Christmas? There's a guy right behind you. Shoot, there you go. I was about to say. There's another one right there. Shoot him! Yeah, man. Damn. I'm like, there's a whole fucking bunch of people in here. I'm watching you just walk by. Like right there, your homie just got knocked the fuck out. Knock his ass out. There you go. So it seems like Gears of War is very team-oriented. What I mean by team, man, you got your ass blasted. What I mean by team-oriented is you have to stick together, right? And I know, like in some other games, you know, people are supposed to stick together. Like Call of Duty, you don't need to stick together. Let's be honest. Call of Duty, you could be a one-man army, roll up in that motherfucker, kill all 6 people. Nobody ever even know you were there. But in Gears of War, it seems like, ooh, damn, blasted right there. But it seems like you need to be on top of your shit to make sure that you don't die in this motherfucker. So in any event, obviously this game's coming to a close. Because, man, this shit was taking fucking forever. 12 minutes? You guys gotta stop doing that shit to me. So anyway, that was my rant on Gears of War. Nothing wrong with the game. I know a lot of people gonna love this game. It's just definitely a game I would never play. Doesn't matter what console it's on. Doesn't matter how they ever fix this shit. Not a game that I would like. So that's just my opinion. And I'm sure people will say, no, you're all wrong. Fuck that. I don't give a shit if you think I'm wrong. My opinion is Gears of War just isn't a game for me. That's all. That's it. Nothing wrong with that. So did you guys win this motherfucker? Damn, what the hell? You guys are like, you gotta teabag him. You gotta do an alien teabag on this motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Oh, there you go. Now you finally won. That's just fucked up, man. You see, that's the kind of shit with the celebration that would piss people off. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed my rant on Gears of War. I don't know anything about this game, so I didn't feel like talking about what the fuck was in the goddamn game. Because let's face it, I don't play the game, so I couldn't sit here and say, oh yes, he shot him there and he killed him around the corner. I don't know any of that stupid shit. Anyway, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit. Go check out Rayne's channel. I'm sure he has some Gears of War shit on there. And I'll see you guys in the next Fire Commentary video.